My mother-in-law stood in the middle of my sister-in-law's baby shower. She smiled at everyone and said, "Please keep Rachel in your prayers. It's heartbreaking that she can't have children." The room fell silent. People turned toward me with sympathy, some even hugged me. The problem was, I had never told anyone I was infertile because I wasn't. I looked at my husband, Ryan. He looked just as shocked as I was. I quietly smiled and said nothing. 3 days later, my mother-in-law wished she had never opened her mouth. My name is Rachel. Ryan and I had been married for 4 years. We loved children, but we had agreed to wait until we were financially stable before starting a family. Only Ryan, me, and our family doctor knew that. His mother, Susan, had a different story. Every family gathering came with another question. "When are you giving me grandchildren?" At first, I laughed it off. Eventually, she stopped asking instead. Started answering the question herself. Whenever relatives asked, she whispered, "It's not Ryan. It's Rachel. She can't have children." Within months, the rumor spread through the entire family. People treated me differently. Some looked at me with pity. Others avoided talking about children whenever I was around. I never understood why. Until the baby shower that afternoon. Susan repeated the lie in front of nearly 30 relatives. Even worse, she acted like she was protecting my privacy. I didn't argue. I simply thanked everyone for their concern. Then Ryan and I went home that night. "Ryan, didn't you tell them the truth?" I replied, because people who create lies usually destroy themselves with them. He nodded. The following week, Ryan scheduled our annual health checkup. Our family doctor, Dr. Carter, had known us for years. During the appointment, Ryan told him everything. Dr. Carter looked genuinely disappointed. He couldn't reveal private medical information. But he said something important. "If anyone continues spreading false medical claims, I can correct misinformation without violating confidentiality." Ryan smiled. That opportunity came sooner than we expected. The following Sunday, Susan hosted another family lunch. Almost everyone from the baby shower attended. Halfway through the meal, one aunt smiled at me. "Keep praying for your miracle." Before I could answer, the front door opened. Dr. Carter had arrived. He wasn't there for us. He had been invited by Susan's husband, who happened to be one of his longtime patients. After lunch, the conversation turned to Barbies again. Susan sighed dramatically. "It's been very difficult for Rachel." Dr. Carter looked confused. "Difficult?" Susan nodded. "She can't have children." Doctor calmly placed his coffee cup on the table. Then he said, "I normally never discuss patients. I also cannot allow false medical information to be presented as fact." Room became silent. He continued, "Rachel has never been diagnosed with infertility. In fact, there has never been any medical diagnosis supporting that claim." Nobody moved, nobody spoke. Susan's smile disappeared instantly. She tried to interrupt. "Only meant, Doctor." Carter gently raised his hand. "Medical rumors can seriously harm people. Please don't spread information you don't actually know." Then he returned to his coffee as if nothing had happened. The room stayed completely silent. Ryan finally stood up. He looked directly at his mother. "For 4 years, you've blamed my wife for something that never existed. Never asked. Never cared about the truth. You only wanted someone to blame." Susan started crying. She insisted she thought she was helping. Ryan shook his head. "No, you were gossiping. There is a difference." Nobody defended her, not even her own sisters. A week later, Susan visited our house for the first time. She apologized without making excuses. She admitted she had convinced herself that creating an explanation was easier than accepting our private decisions. I accepted her apology, but I also told her something she never forgot. Children are a blessing. Respect should never depend on whether someone has them. Today, Ryan and I are still happily married. Whether we become parents next year or 10 years from now will always be our decision, not a family rumor, because the truth about someone's life should always come from never from someone who only wants attention.